What is up, guys? Berserk Titan 99 here, and welcome back to another video. On today's video, we're going to be ranking the MCU Phase 4, aka, and this is quoted by Nerdrotic, the MCU Phase 4. Alright, so, the MCU Phase 4 is one of the worst phases out of all of the MCU phases. Some of the projects were incredibly ass. Other projects were okay, and there were a few diamonds in a pile of shit. And overall, the MCU Phase 4, worst phase of the bunch. And yeah, and I have these categorized by best to worst, starting with best of all time, great, okay, and trash. Alright, so let's get started on the ranking. Alright, let's get started with WandaVision. I'm gonna put it in great tier because some of the episodes were pretty great. Other episodes were bad. I mean, I did not expect the Agatha twist. I thought it was gonna be Mephisto controlling Wanda, or somebody controlling Wanda and making her do this, and it was a fun mystery for a while, until some point in the show, I guess, and the final battle between Vision versus White Vision and Wanda versus Agatha was pretty good. The ending, I don't know, did not make a lot of sense to me. Like, I could have had it in like one of two ways. One, Wanda being held accountable by Monica Rambeau for enslaving Westview and possibly her going to prison, and then having her turn into the villain, or Wanda getting away, reading the Darkhold, heard the cries of Billy and Tommy, but also hearing an evil variant of Doctor Strange, like, manipulating her, and that could have begun Multiverse of Madness a lot easier. Alright, so WandaVision, pretty great for a while, but I don't know, the ending was not there. Alright, so Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm gonna put this in great tier. Some of the only reasons why it's great. Number one, some of the Thunderbolts Easter eggs with John Walker being recruited by Val in the end, and also some of the Easter eggs with Baron Zemo. The storyline where Bucky Barnes is free from Zemo's and Hydra's control, and also Sam Wilson becoming Captain America. The bad things about it are definitely Carly Morgenthau. Like, I like morally great characters, but for some reason she's just not that great at all. And I could tell, like, Disney kind of screwed over Aaron Kellyman again. Like, she played a freedom fighter in the Solo movie, and she kind of played that villain freedom fighter also in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I don't know. Disney screwed her over twice with the same actress, and I hope she doesn't come back to Disney ever again for fear of her being screwed over. And yeah, that's the only bad thing, or one of the only bad things about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There was more good than bad, but it only got hyped because of some of the Thunderbolts Easter eggs, and yeah, that's one of the only reasons it got hyped. Like, I was hyped for it because the Thunderbolts Easter eggs, and yeah. Loki. I'm also gonna put Loki on top of WandaVision, and reason why Loki's great. Number one, we got to experience another variant of Loki called Sylvie. I think she was an okay character, but not great. Some of the multiverse areas were pretty great. TVA, written okay, but there were some things wrong with it. And also, He Who Remains at the end. Jonathan Majors as Kang is going to be a powerhouse, like a legendary powerhouse of an actor that played Kang. And yeah, it had a lot more good things than bad things to it. And yeah. Up next is Black Widow. I'm putting this in the trash category. Because number 1, Taskmaster was pretty ass. Like that female Taskmaster, also known as Ass Master, and Dreykov was not a good villain at all. And one of the only good things about it, it's like Yelena Belova. That's it. And another good thing about it is Natasha's backstory, how she became the Black Widow, and yeah, that's one of the only good things, or one of the 2 good things about Black Widow. The rest of it was ass, and also that one scene that did not do a good job, like having that green screen behind it. You know, when Yelena was blowing up Dreykov's sky base, and when she was blowing that up, that green screen was horrid, very horrid, and I don't want to see Ass Master ever again. Well, they're bringing Ass Master back for the Thunderbolts movie, and yeah, this movie, trash. Shang-Chi, I'm putting that in best of all time, because Shang-Chi had a good story, great introduction to a character, and yeah, great introduction to a character. The storyline was great. Wenwu was an amazing villain, and a much better Mandarin than Killian from Iron Man 3. And I love how they revitalized the 10 rings. It's actually being, they kind of look like bracelets for the most part, but they were still badass weapons that Wenwu uses to crush his enemies. And yeah, overall, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, very good movie, and definitely one of the best in the MCU Phase 4. Alright, so, what if? I'm putting this in okay tier. Like, some of the concepts were pretty good, like T'Challa as Star-Lord, the Marvel Zombies universe, and like, I definitely love zombies, and me and a friend, like, joke about zombies all the time, like, brains. And yeah, and I also love the final battle between the Guardians of the Multiverse and Ultron Prime. That finale was pretty good. Some of the concepts were not great, like, and I think episode 1 was probably its worst episode of all time. I don't know, because the other concepts were just more interesting than Captain Carter, pretty much. And yeah, overall, an okay show. Alright, up next we got The Eternals. Alright, I found this pretty boring, and we're gonna do a movie night where we're gonna get pizza and watch The Eternals with my family. And like, we all thought that it was gonna be good. We were so freaking wrong. This movie was boring. Most of the characters were boring except 2 of them, Druid and Hikari. I find them interesting, but the other characters, oh my god, so damn boring. Yeah. Oh my. I don't know, some of the writing went astray, and yeah, overall it was pretty damn boring. and possibly one of the worst of the MCU, if not super terrible. Alright, up next we got Hawkeye. I found this show pretty okay, but other projects in the MCU were just a lot better. Some of the story did not make any sense at all, and Clint Barton was almost entirely left out of the Hawkeye show. I think the only thing hyping this is Kingpin and Vincent D'Onofrio did an amazing job as Kingpin, even though he did a masterful job playing Kingpin in Daredevil, but I don't know, they kind of watered down Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin a little bit in the Hawkeye finale, and yeah, Kingpin was one of the only things hyping it. Alright, up next, Spider-Man No Way Home. This movie was amazing. Like, so freaking damn amazing overall. And I love seeing Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland together fighting bad guys, fighting Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin. He did absolutely amazing, and there's almost like nothing wrong with this movie. Absolutely nothing wrong with it, and yeah, I just love seeing the three Spider-Men like getting together, having a conversation, fighting bad guys, and yeah, I love this movie. Like, I want to see it again for the first time, like getting shocked at Alfred, whatever his last name is, as Doc Ock. He was amazing. The first time, I want to go back to the first time I heard the Willem Dafoe Green Goblin laugh, because I thought that was so damn awesome. Heck yeah. Overall, I want to see this movie for the first time again, and heck yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, moving on. Up next is Moon Knight. I'm gonna put that right here. Now, I found Moon Knight really interesting. Not as good as No Way Home, but Oscar Isaac did an amazing job playing Stephen Grant and Mark Spector. I like the darker tone of the show, even though it's like not as dark and gruesome as Daredevil, but still awesome nonetheless. And I love the storylines that Marvel used for Moon Knight. I thought it was absolutely amazing, and overall I just love it. And one of my favorite MCU Disney Plus TV shows of all time, and overall it's just amazing. Amazing. Alright. Up next is Multiverse of Madness. I'm going to put it in gray tier. It's going to be my guilty pleasure movie. Even though there's like a lot of things wrong with it. Like, I don't know. Like I said when ranking WandaVision. Like, her becoming evil like doesn't entirely make sense. But I love it, and Elizabeth Olsen did amazing in Multiverse of Madness. Also, the storyline with Doctor Strange and Christine, it did not do good. No, it did not do good at all. Like, it was haphazardly mishandled in some ways, and America Chavez as like the MacGuffin deal also did not entirely make sense to me at all. Like, it did not entirely make sense, but overall, this is one of my guilty pleasure movies that I put in great. It's still great, nonetheless, but not as great as other projects. Alright. Miss Marvel. I am putting this in the trash category. The first 2 episodes were complete and utter garbage. Episode 5 should have been episode 1, so we got the story of the bangle, and then end of the episode, Kamala gets a box with some of her grandma's things, and then finds the bangle, and then episode 2, Kamala Khan tries on the bangle, and trains to be a superhero, and yeah. Overall, I found this show pretty trashy. Episodes 3 and 4 were pretty good, and oh my god, the villain. They mishandled the villain so much. Oh my god. Like, was it damage control? Was it one of the clandestine people? I don't know. I don't know. They did a terrible job writing the villains, and even though I found Iman Vellani a pretty good Miss Marvel, that's the only good thing I'm gonna say about the show. Iman Vellani was a pretty good Miss Marvel, but other than that, the show was entirely ass. Alright. Up next, we got Thor, Love and Thunder. Yeah, I found it okay. Christian Bale as Gore. Christian Bale did a good job as Gore. Chris Hemsworth, as always, did a good job as Thor, but this movie was way too jokey, and in one part of the movie when Jane was talking about her cancer and Thor being, well, sorry for her, and then Jane turned it into a fucking joke. Like, we can't be serious anymore. Everything's gotta turn into a fucking joke. Yeah, this movie was way too fucking jokey. And yeah, even though it's too jokey, like, I found some of the stuff funny, and Taika Waititi made it work for Ragnarok, but did not make it work for Thor Love and Thunder, aka Thor Love and Blunder. And yeah, moving on. Up next, the worst possible shit of all time, She-Hulk. And I'm gonna give 3 reasons why this show's absolute ass. 1, the writing of the show is abysmal. Oh my god. Episodes 5 and 6 were downright absolute trash. And I hate the wedding episode more than I hate episode 5. And episode 5 was Titania suing She-Hulk for the She-Hulk brand. What? Oh my god. No. Fucking no. Yeah, overall the She-Hulk show is just fucking atrocious. Oh yeah, reason 2, Titania. Terrible fucking villain. The worst villain in MCU history. And that's counting the clandestine woman in Miss Marvel. She's also pretty bad. Oh my god. And overall, and reason 3, I feel like the MCU ruined Tatiana Maslany's acting range. Like, she played 4 fucking roles in Orphan Black. For that to be turned into an abysmal version of She-Hulk. Oh my god. And there's gonna be a rant video coming where I rant about She-Hulk. It is coming. And I'm gonna rip into it hard. Okay. Moving on. Up next, we got Werewolf by Night. Now this, the Halloween special that the MCU did was absolutely amazing. And yeah, I like the introduction with Jack Russell, aka the Werewolf by Night. Elsa Bloodstone, one of the few female characters, one of the few good female characters in the MCU, and Man-Thing, I love Man-Thing. I found him an interesting character. I also found the Werewolf by Night an interesting character, and I also Bloodstone. I found all three of the main protagonists very interesting, and I want to see more of them in future MCU projects. Alright, next we have Wakanda Forever. I'm gonna put this like, I don't know, low best of all time, cause yeah, even though there were like a few things wrong with it, but I still found it enjoyable. Shuri as Black Panther is enjoyable. There were some moments of like questionable morality between Shuri and Namor, but overall, this movie, pretty amazing, and one of the amazing diamonds in a pile of shit. And it was also a great tribute to Chadwick Boseman, even though it's not an amazing tribute to him, but it was pretty great overall. Alright, and final project, the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas Special, and I'm putting this above Loki because number one, it was extremely funny. The jokes between Drax and Mantis were awesome, and overall it's just a really funny Christmas special that we didn't know that we needed. Alrighty guys, thank you for watching the video. Subscribe if you're curious. I'm currently trying to make it to 40 subscribers, and once we make it to 40, I'm gonna have you guys decide what video I should make next. And yeah, like the video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!